So in an effort to help everybody with their gradebook, I thought we could try to come together and maybe set our gradebooks up the same way. So what I'm doing is I'm going to set my categories up, and then you can follow along and do this in your gradebook if you want to, and it'll help us toward the end whenever we're doing final exams. So in order to set up a category, go to Gradebook and then click Setup, and it'll take a second. Make sure you click on categories. Usually it pops up assignments first. So then what you do is click New because you want to add a new one. And I want to make this one participation because I feel like that's going to be important. So I'm going to leave it as a weight of 1, and I want it for both marking periods 1 and 2. And for me, I don't care if there's a blank, I don't want it to be figured into the grade as a 0. So I just leave that as excluded. If you want it to be figured in as a 0, then you can click this one right here. But for me, I just leave it like this. And then I'm going to hit Save. So now I have 2 different categories working here. You can have as many categories as you want. But the best way to do this so that you're not having to deal with how to make the final 20% and having to adjust all these and make them decimals is to click this button right here. Once you click Calculate using average total points, that will take it and that'll let you put, so like if you think that participation is worth 5 points a day, then it'll take all of your participation points, that however many that happens to be, that would be like 25 in a week. And let's say you gave a test and that was worth 100 points. It wouldn't weight it the same, because if you don't click this, then it'll think that these two are worth the same. It'll take the average of this classwork category and the average of this participation category, and then it'll take those 2 numbers and make the average of your whole class. So we don't want that. So make sure that you click this button right here. And then at the end of the semester, all you have to do is take the total number of points that you have, divide that by 4, and then you just create a new assignment that's worth that many points. And I know that sounds weird, but that's the way it works. So I'm going to create one more category just so you can kind of see how it works. Click this little button right here. And this one I want to be test because I'm actually going to use this for my final exam. This will be the only thing that I'll use this one for, but I want it in here so that I have it later. And I'm going to put Save. So now when I go over to my gradebook and go into, I hope I did it in this class period. Make sure that you're on Run 2 now when you're entering grades. I know that you can still enter grades back in Run 1, but since we submitted them yesterday, you for sure don't want to do that. So then you can just click here to enter an activity, an assignment. You guys know how to do this. But now it'll populate with all the different categories that I've created. Hope that helps.